Hello and welcome everyone to Rep Sports 5 p.m. show. And today we are going to talk about Sai, who has got some backing from the head coach Gautam Gambhir at number three. And alongside, we are going to talk about Rishabh Pant, who is coming back to his favorite format and also like after a very disappointing IPL. So it would be very interesting to watch how Rishabh Pant is going to perform in his favorite format after getting removed by the vice captaincy post of Indian Test team. And to talk about Sai, I will go to Shumikda first. Sir, what do you think like about Sai being backed at number three? And Gautam Gambhir said that he did not get fair chances. But if we look at Devdutt Padikkal, he did not get a single chance only. He only batted at one match in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. After that, he was not in the scheme of things. So, according to you, is Sai a better option than Devdutt Padikkal, or what is your point of view in this whole point?
Srishti, Shubman will give you the complete lowdown on ground. So I'm keeping my observation short because Shubman is the man on
Yeah,
ground
please.
and he
Hmm.
attended the press conference also. As far as I'm concerned, I want to look at it in a positive way. I don't think Sai is the has the proper number three. The innings he played against South Africa and Guwahati, that should have broken the camel's back. It's not about 14 runs of 159 balls. He never looked like,
Hmm.
I'm not even going to the technical nitty gritties because technical nitty gritties is for the experts to dissect. But
Hmm.
Sai Sudharsan is not a player who can dominate bowling. As of now, what we have seen. And number three is precisely a position for a batsman. If you look at all the great number threes, Vivian Richards, Vicky Ponting, I'm even not going to that level. That is extreme. But even at a decent level, the batsman in number three should be able to dominate bowling. Sai doesn't do that. And the way Devdutt Padikkal has been playing the domestic season and the form he is in, but yes, belatedly it has dawned on Gautam Gambhir, the head coach, that stability is required. Over the last 1 year or so, we have seen Washington Sundar being used from number three to number nine. So, taking a departure from that it has dawned on the head coach that no, we need stability. Number three, we need to give someone a long rope, and he hasn't gotten too many opportunities. Fair enough. Now he has taken this decision. He should back it. I mean, if he fails Sai Sudarshan, if he fails in Afghanistan, he shouldn't change that in Sri Lanka for the two test series.
Yes, I think you are absolutely right because till yesterday, everybody was talking that Indian cricket team in Test does not have a significant batter at number three because, as we said, that so many batters have been tried and tested on that particular position, but we did not get to see proper colors out of those players. So Shubha, in the next step, I would like to come to you only. You were there in the press conference, and the same question from my side. Do you think Sai is a better number three than Devdutt Padikkal? Because Devdutt Padikkal has not got a chance only. If everybody is getting chance, why not him? So what do you think about this?
I mean, you cannot play everyone in every game.
Yeah.
That is one point. Otherwise, Devdutt would have definitely played as one of the options. But see, Sai has batted at number three in 11 Test innings. He averages mid 20s, 25, and has only two half centuries to his name. Uh, and so far, whatever conditions that we were having in Test cricket, we won't get that going forward. It will be more batting friendly tracks, more I won't say proper, it will be sporting wickets, if I have to say so. You won't have rank turners, you won't have during that 4 year phase when Virat was struggling, the entire average of that batting unit, which included Cheteshwar Pujara, Ajinkya Rane, it was less than 30. And that is why Virat got that longer rope, because he was averaging at around 33, 35 at that time. But ultimately, this newer generation of cricketers cannot play spin as well as the Dravids and the Lakshmans and the Tendulkars used to play back in the day. So there's a school of thought that let's go back to sporting wickets, and that is where Sai has that opportunity to prove himself. If you go by Afghanistan's bowling attack, also they have two left arm spinners and one right arm leg spinner. And if all three are playing, that will play in the hands of Sai Sudarshan in terms of matchup, if we talk about purely on matchup basis. But Sai has to score runs because Devdutt Padikkal, I feel, is a better, it's my opinion. I feel Devdutt Padikkal is a more compact, more technically sound player in Test cricket, for red ball cricket, uh, at least. And the kind of Ranji season he had, played 5 matches, scored around 550, 600 runs, average of 60, 70, has been doing well. Not only, although Gautam Gambhir did mention about Sai Sudarshan's IPL form, Devdutt Padikkal was also very good in the IPL, scored more than 500 runs, strike rate was pretty good in that regard. So, if I have to pick, my pick would have been Devdutt Padikkal. But the good thing about what came out of that Gautam Gambhir's press conference is that whoever gets that chance, whether it's now, whether it's in the future, they will get a longer rope, particularly in this critical and yet a challenging batting position. Number three is not an easy position to bat on, but yes, Sai will be under pressure to score runs because Devdutt Padikkal is pretty much hot in his tail, and if he does not score runs, or if he looks completely out of touch, like he in some of the innings looked in England, or in the home series, in the couple of home series, then I think it won't be pretty long that you will see Devdutt Padikkal batting at number three. So right now they are going with Sai. So let's hope he scores some runs because Devdutt, I feel, is a more compact and technically sound player.
Yes, because I really don't think if this management is giving a long rope to someone, there may be some good reasons to give a long rope to someone. I think there's a super chat. Let me try to read it. Okay. Uh, Animation is saying, Shamik sir, why a year over Gill as T20 captain when both have very similar style of game? You think social media criticism going against Gill? That's a question for
No,
Shamik.
no, no. I don't think so, Srishti. I mean, they
Hmm.
gave Shubman Gill an opportunity in the shortest format. He was made the vice captain, but somehow it didn't work for Shubman Gill. So he will have to wait for his turn. Now the see is the pattern is that the common thing is that these days, I mean, be it Test cricket, be it ODI, be it the T20 format, the selectors, be it the selectors and be or the team management, they are very much reliant on their focus is mostly on the IPL exploits. They even pick players for Test cricket from IPL based on IPL exploits. So from that point of view, at IPL, I mean, as far as IPL is concerned, he has proved himself. Sresh, he has won the title for KKR. He has taken Punjab Kings and Delhi Daredevils to the IPL finals. And one thing is for sure, I mean, the extra burden of captaincy hasn't bogged him down as a batsman the way he has scored. Even his last innings in this IPL, he scored an unbeaten 100. So from that point of view, and he is younger. He's 31 years old. He is younger than Surya Kumar Yadav. So Shubman Gill at this moment in time, the thing is that now when you have to, Shubman was given his opportunity. That didn't work. And they are looking for a new captain with an eye on the next T20I cycle that will have a World Cup and also the LA Olympics. So Sreyash is their preferred man. That's the way it is. Hopefully, but given that the way, if you look at the strength of this Indian T20I unit, uh, the team is so well rounded. This team is so powerful. I mean that you can carry one or two. Even the batsmen who are not going. Surya was going through an elongated form slump, but the team was carrying him. So
Yes.
from that point of view, someone is coming who is in sort of purple patch. That should augur well for the team.
Yes, very rightly said because Shubman Gill had his chance, and I really feel that he could captain better in the one day internationals and the test sides. We have seen his captaincy in Indian Premier League also. I'm not saying that he did a bad job, nothing like that. But yeah, Shreyas Iyer is more experienced in captaincy. Shreyas Iyer has captained more in the T20 sides, not T20 sides in IPL. So that would be a best preferred option because he is in a good form also. He scored 100 recently. Yeah, Punjab Kings failed to qualify, but still he scored 100 and made his team win that particular match. So I think, according to me, it's totally my point of view that Iyer would be a better captain than Gill in the T20 eyes. And coming to Bharat, The same question from my side. Do you think Sai is a better number three than Devdutt Padikkal, and why? If you think so, and if you don't think so, like obviously.
Oh, it is difficult to say because Padikkal has played very few test matches, a couple of test matches, and one of them was on a track where the ball was seaming around. There's a lot of bounce, and Sai Sudarshan himself, it's not like he's played a lot of test matches. Yeah, maybe Sai Sudarshan, he is a gritty player, no doubt about that. I watched him in unofficial test matches against Australia A in Australia when the ball was nipping around. It was not a flat pitch. There he scored a 97 or on those lines. I think those two knocks against Australia A must have played a part in his selection as far as getting into the Indian Test squad is concerned. Yes, he has a couple of, I think, flaws in his game, which has already been talked about enough times, like his head falls across. Shardul Thakur, even before he played in the test team, he was struggling against Shardul Thakur in the Ranji Trophy, where he kept getting him out LBW at least a couple of times. And obviously, in the test series against England, they tended to get him caught down the leg side. It is because his head falls across. Yeah, these things, small things are there, and even you can counter me by saying that even Padikkal has a couple of flaws. He's a kind of back foot player. People will tell that he will also nick behind. So, what is the big thing in rating him in front of Sai Sudarshan? I just think give both of them a long rope. If say for Sai Sudarshan, it could be under 4 5 test matches. If he fails in another 3 4 games, then drop him and pick Padikkal, give him another 9 10 opportunities. See, playing at number three is never going to be easy, especially when India travel away from
100%.
home and when they will play New Zealand against all these bubble team experts that you are seeing in England. It's never going to be easy to play that New Zealand team or any other team in Siena countries. So give them chances, and we live in a time where you won't get too many players who belong to the edicts of test match batsmanship. That is how it would be in the future as well, in terms of technique. They would perhaps modern day batters like to play a few more shots. If that is how it is, then perhaps allow your number three also to play little more aggressively. I'm not saying Sai Sudarshan comes from that school because obviously he likes to have a very play a steady game, cautious game. But if your number three wants to play with a little more aggression, little more freedom, it is fine because this is 2026, where I don't think you would get too many batters who belong to that ethics of test match batsmanship. I think I was thinking of Devdutt Padikkal there. But yes, I guess it comes down to giving Sai Sudarshan in the 3 4 test matches. If he keeps failing, then yes, drop him, especially if he fails in easier conditions in India, in home comforts, then drop him and go for Padikkal and give him also 8 9 opportunities at least.
Yes, because the problem is that the WTC cycle is also on the line, so we have to see that also. Another chat, let me okay. Animation, it's animation again. He's saying Shamik sir, Gill, Gill led GT well. Being talented player like Gill not playing a single T20 World Cup, such a shame. He is only 26. Can sir long time to again?
Srishti, we have addressed this already, and even without Shubman Gill,
Yeah,
India won the T20 World Cup. So that is water under the bridge now.
yeah.
At this moment in time, Shubman Gill is not in the scheme of things as far as T20I is concerned, and we don't know what is going to happen in the future. But for the timing, he is not part of it. So that's it. But Srishti, I think we need to go back to Shubman because he is the man on the ground, and he will
Yes.
have a lot more loadouts rather than this Gale and and Shreya Iyer. That is the team selection tomorrow. At this moment in time,
Hmm.
Rishabh Pant, a lot of things, and Shubman has been reporting brilliantly from New Chandigarh.
Later. So
And
Shubham,
as
coming
regards to
back to you
as as
again.
regards to Gill, as regards to Gill not leading, I think
Yes,
it's
go on.
better for Gill. It's better for Gill. It's my completely personal opinion, but I feel it's better for Gill to only focus on Test and ODIs for now. I'm not saying he does not want to play T20 cricket, T20Is for India. Of course, everyone has that ambition to be an all-format player for India. But right now, India's stocks in the T20 cricket, it's sky high, and you will have players like Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Abhishek Sharma, Priyansh Arya is hot in the tail. You have a Prab Simran Singh. So there are plenty of players already lined up for that opening slot. So right now the focus should be on maybe pushing India towards that WTC qualification. Although it's already almost highly improbable that India will go on to win 7-8 games out of these 9 matches. But why not? Let's give it a shot. Plus, sure, Shubman will have a big duty of leading this 2027 ODI World Cup team uh, for the next year, and so you never know. You might see a sudden transition in that ODI setup as well. You don't have any guarantees over Rohit Sharma's fitness. You might have to play Yashasvi Jaiswal there. Virat Kohli is, of course, it's a hamstring injury, but in case it becomes a recurrent theme, it's still 18 months away. So if it becomes a recurrent theme, you will have to look for options straight away, because you don't get a player like Virat Kohli for ODI, especially where he has mastered this format at all. So for Shubman Gill, if there's a sudden transition, then you will have to plan accordingly. Have that backup plan, plan B, plan C ready for the 2027 ODI World Cup. Plus, the pace bowling department will also go through a transition with Bumrah, without Bumrah, with Hardik, without Hardik. They have to plan everything accordingly. So it's better, I think, for Shubman Gill to focus currently on this WTC cycle, and then focus on that 2027 ODI World Cup. And right now T20 is not your priority format as well. So you never know by the time 27 WTC cycle ends, like what happened with Shubman here. After the Asia Cup, he was suddenly made the vice captain of the T20I team, and 1.5 years is still a long time. 2 years is still a long time for the 28 cycle. I think Shamikda posted a photo of Shreyas Iyer getting a treatment on his back during the Mumbai T20 Pro League. He still does not play via red ball cricket. That back injury is also there. So you never know what happens to a player. I am not. I don't want to see anyone injured, but injuries are part of the game. So you never know what happens to a player, and Shubman might suddenly come into the picture next year or so. So I would rather see Shubman Gill focus on this young transitioning Indian Test side, ODI side, and make these two things happen: WTC and the 27 ODI World Cup. If T20 happens for him, then well and good. And without Shubman Gill, also India's T20 batting is in very safe hands. There are so many dynamic options up there. So I don't think India will miss Shubman Gill in T20 that much because of the lot of options that we have. But India needs Shubman Gill to flourish as a batter, as a leader in Test and ODI format. So let him focus there, and not don't stress too much over his T20I participation or captaincy.
Yes, 100%. Because again, I will repeat the same thing which I said, that he got his chance, he was unable to convert the chance. So that's the reason he's not there. And again, the T20 side of India is so strong that three different teams can play three different teams on a single day. That much pool Indian team has in T20Is. And
And if
coming
you see
back to
that, if
Shubman
you see
again,
that Australia, if you
yeah,
see that Australia tour also, where Shubman apparently failed, he played a couple of good knocks. The Gold Coast knock was not a typical T20 knock, but the conditions required Shubman to play that way, and he helped India win that match. Canberra, he got start. Surya Kumar Yadav got start, but it got trailed completely. And Josh Hazelwood was on fire on that particular tour. So and Australian pitches were fresh. It was start of their home summer, so it was not easy. One of the players told me, I have not played a spell like Josh Hazelwood during that tour. So that was not an easy tour for the batters. And not only Shubman or Surya, none of the batters really clicked in that on that particular series, T20 series. But Shubman was the
yes.
victim. There, he had to. It was written in his stars. So what can we say? Cricket is a funny game. It can kick you out one time, but you never know. Who would have expected Shubman Gill to be the vice captain for that Asia Cup? No one, but he
Nobody.
was ultimately.
He himself did
Srishti,
not expected that, I guess. Yes, sir.
Srishti, I will now take your leave because
Mhm.
I will have to vacate this room. They will be starting the press
Okay,
conference,
okay.
but you
No
please
issues, no
continue,
issues, Shomit.
and please continue with the
Mhm.
subplot of this test is Rishabh Pant. The beleaguered
Yes.
Rishabh Pant is coming back to his favorite format. So, and Shubman will
Yeah.
give you, he has been watching him at close quarters, so he will give you a lot of lowdown about Rishabh Pant and how important this test is for him. So, with that, I am taking your leave.
Yes, yes, sure. Okay, okay, Shobita, no issues. Okay, so yeah, coming back to Shubhanda again, like Rishabh Pant is making a comeback in his favorite format again. He loves red ball cricket, and I think every Indian fan love him watch playing the red ball tournaments and matches. So the IPL was not good for Rishabh Pant. Like obviously, what all things happened, we all saw that in the television, and also his performance was not good. So during the press conference, Shubhanda, did you listen to any other points apart from the vice captaincy point? You already shared the vice captaincy point, but was there anything about his form which was talked about, or something like that, and anything about the practice session which was today, if there was one,
Rishabh has not really
about
gone through a very poor run of form in Test cricket. He has always ensured, or always
he
he
was
always
always good.
finds a way to, yeah, he always finds a way to, innovate, do his things, and help help India win Test matches. And he has been one of the biggest winners for India in Test cricket for the last 4 5 years. I mean, I
100%.
was talking to one of the staff here at the PCA. We were talking about Rishabh Pant, and we came to a consensus that when he plays an innovative shot, when he plays an outrageous cricketing shot in Test cricket, if it flies over for a six, people will stand up and clap. But if it finds the fielder and he gets out, then the
Yeah,
same set of people will criticize him. So let him be the person that he is. Let him be the player he is, and this is his format. This is the format he has dominated over the years. So let him play the way he plays. Don't point finger. Yes, you can of course have match situations like there was Eden Gardens, Guwahati Test. There we would have expected, or Melbourne Test during the BGT series. So that there we would have expected Rishabh Pant to play more responsibility and with more responsibility, and
yeah,
that's what this Indian team management wants him to do. Don't change your game completely, but if a game situation requires him to play 60 deliveries and score only 14 runs, then he should be able to play that. That's what this Indian team management wants him to do: play with more maturity, play with uh, more responsibility in that particular order, because they all know that Rishabh Pant is a pure match winner in that number 5 role. So let's see what happens with Rishabh Pant. He has never really failed in this particular format, but with the Lucknow Super Giants thing and now vice captaincy, he will never have a bad face in the practice session. So he's always smiling, always chirpy. But inside, what's going on, we don't know. That we will get to see when he walks out to bat against Afghanistan. And Harshit Anand's super chat, Shubhans, what the news on Ritu ignored my last super chat? Ritu not in Afghanistan series, or is it to get ODI game time? He will ultimately come as a Virat Kohli replacement here. Maybe after playing one game, the ODIs are from 13. The first
13th.
ODI is on 13. So if he plays a game on 9th, flies out, comes here, then no big deal. He will ultimately join the ODI squad, but since if BCCI suddenly announces Ruturaj Gaikwad as a replacement, then things will become a bit complicated, because it's related to Virat Kohli, and they would have to put out in that press release what exactly the injury is and how long will he stay out. So they are staying calm. There's a selection meeting tomorrow, and after tomorrow's selection meeting, we'll get to know what exactly is the status around Virat Kohli. Whether Rohit Sharma, as far as I know, is supposed to check in at the Center of Excellence on
Yes.
on June 8th. That is on day 3 of the test match. So I don't know whether he will be coming here or not with the ODI batch of players. But let's see what happens. And around Rutu, he is going to play this ODI series for sure.
Yes, because I think he is the most, we can say, like to like replacement of Virat if Virat is unavailable for the particular
There's no
series
like to
or
like
for the particular.
replacement for Virat Kohli in ODI
There
cricket.
is no
Bharat is
like to
also
like.
smiling. I'm pretty sure Bharat is also on the same place. No, there's
No, no, no.
nobody close to
Like,
Virat Kohli in ODI format.
no, no. There is nobody close to Virat Kohli, but I'm just talking about like filling the space. Like if he's unavailable, someone
No
has
one,
to
no
step up
one,
and
no
someone
one
has
can
to.
fill. No one can fill Virat Kohli's place in ODI cricket.
Okay, but yeah, like if he's coming the replacement, like again, he has to score good runs so that whenever like Virat and Rohit are out of the picture, he can come up and bat well. And coming to Bharat, I would like to ask you like about Rishabh Pant again, like the way his IPL has gone through, the way he has played in the IPL. Do you think he has something up in the mind, in the back of his mind, like now he is not the vice captain? Also, he did not have a good IPL tournament last year. We got to see 100, but in this season it was nothing. So, according to you, do you agree with Shubhayanda that Rishabh Pant in red ball is a different beast and it doesn't matter whatever runs he has scored in the IPL, or you think it will some or the other way going to hit his mind in this
See,
particular?
obviously, he has a very, very good record in Test cricket. I don't have to add much about his game-breaking knocks. He has played enough of them in Test cricket, so it shouldn't really worry him. See, T20 cricket is a completely different format. You have defensive fields. The opposition teams have worked out what to do with Rishabh Pant in that particular format, especially fast bowlers. It's the plan is pretty simple, and they've executed it very well too. All the right arm paces will ball from over the wickets. They will ball wide of off, and he has some issues in relation to hitting shots to the offside. Yeah, that is especially if you have a very defensive field. It's already been noted that perhaps it's an issue with with the angle of his grip. That is something that experts themselves have talked about it. But T20 cricket is still different. In Test cricket, obviously, the fields will be a little more attacking. Maybe there was a Test series in Australia in 2024-25 when they got it right with the Rishabh Pant. They suddenly had a kind of defensive field and they kind of kept him quiet after the first innings at the Gabba. Maybe that's the way to go with Rishabh Pant in Test cricket as well. So I think South Africa also got it kind of right with Rishabh Pant, but still he's scored a lot of runs in Test cricket. I think he kind of feels at home when he plays the red ball format, and it kind of should work for him. The only thing I would add with Rishabh Pant is, see, sometimes this just as an outsider, I feel that way. The Indian management seem to think too much about everyone playing in a certain way. Rishabh Pant plays in a different way. Let him play that way. It's absolutely fine. Occasionally, if he gets caught somewhere at third man or fine leg or
Yeah,
mid wickets, these things. See, I guess even if you extend it beyond the Indian management, even if you look at from an Indian fans' perspective, it always feels as if we look at Test cricket batting in a very narrow perspective, in the sense that, see, a defensive batter, if he pokes tentatively, that's also bad batting. It's not like that's good batting, but it tend to give a little bit of excuse for a defensive batter who's kind of poking, missing at deliveries, connecting with thin air while trying to defend. But as soon as an aggressive batter plays a shot and gets caught at mid wickets, the entire Twitter or entire social media platforms, everyone seems to go after that particular player. For someone like Rishabh Pant, getting caught at mid wicket is perhaps similar to some defensive batter like Cheteshwar Bochara getting caught in the slip cordon. So that is something I guess we have to understand. Just let him play with freedom. Yes, understand the shot that he played in the Gawati test at that particular
hmm.
situation was not needed, but still, if I were the coach in an imaginary sense of some 30-40 minutes, I would have cooled down by thinking that this is how this guy plays, and I can't do much about him. Maybe in the 3-4 tests, he might come out and play game breaking innings. That is what Rishabh Pant is all about in Test cricket. So I guess hopefully, I'm not very sure it will happen with this Indian management, that they will allow Rishabh Pant to kind of play his national game going forward in Test cricket. Yeah.
See, yes, because I think Rishabh Pant in red ball cricket is a very different beast. If like I put up my point of view, Rishabh Pant in red ball in Test cricket is really a different beast. If we go down the line, the New Zealand series, which we lost again 3-0, we got whitewashed, and in that series also he did score runs for India, right? In Anderson Tendulkar Trophy, he did score runs. People always come out and talk about the GABA. He has done much more after that also. He has a very good record in the test matches, in the in each and every test series. So he is a great red ball batsman. I feel in India it is very hard to find a player who is this much good in red ball. And Indian team, when we talk about red ball, Indian team is great in T20I. There is no doubt in that. Indian team is great in one day internationals. Again, I don't think there is any doubt in that also. But when it comes to test, Indian team is going through a transition, and the only guy who is in batting, the only guy in batting who is the most trustworthy is Rishabh Pant. Shubman Gill is doing a great job. Nothing to take away from him. He is doing a great job. He did a great job in England as well. But the sense of security that Rishabh Pant gives to the fans, to his own countrymen, I think it's beyond imagination. Comes up to bat, and the job is done because he's here. I remember the Anderson Tendulkar Trophy match in which he got injured on his leg, and then also he came out to bat. So that's the sense of security. Everybody, I think each and every Indian who is an Indian cricket team fan, they have the sense of security when Rishabh Pant comes out to bat and whenever he scores runs, because everybody knows, like, if he scores runs, this is your game to lose. This is Indian team game to lose. So it shines brighter and brighter in this particular test match and also in the upcoming series, because it is very important for him. Every IPL, after every IPL, the amount of backlash Rishabh Pant is handling, Rishabh Pant is listening to, it's beyond imagination. So I really hope, like, as a fan and as a journalist, that he scores good match, he score good runs in the upcoming test series, so that, like, he has this point, like, okay, I am doing well in the test matches. T20s, I'll work hard on, because he got his chances in white ball, but again he was unable to convert those chances. Any Bharat, Shubhanda, you want to add up anything to this Rishabh Pant
I'll just add one line. I'll just
conversation?
add one line because I was following this
Yes,
England
please.
New Zealand Test match as well. And I see that in second innings,
Hmm.
Ben Duckett is scoring runs. But in the first innings, he scored 17 of 39 balls, was doing tuk. It didn't seem as if it was Ben Duckett of old. It seemed like he was very confused. And I'm not saying both are similar types of
Shubhanda
batters,
is laughing.
that, but that encapsulates a point about Rishabh Pant. If he's going to do tuk, then obviously he also would get out very early. It's
Yeah.
similar with Ben Duckett. So let Rishabh Pant play his natural game. Sometimes if he gets caught at mid wicket or fine leg or whatever it is, then it's absolutely fine.
Shubhanda, you want to add up anything in this Rishabh Pant
No,
conversation?
I think we have covered all.
We have covered it. Okay, then. So we had a proper conversation about Sai also. We had a proper conversation about Rishabh Pant also. So it would be very interesting to see how both these players are going to work out. Finally, after so many matches, Gautam Gambhir backed a particular player in the number three position. So it would be very interesting to see how Sai is going to perform, and also it would be very interesting to watch Rishabh Pant batting again in the red ball. So hopefully both these guys have a good match, have a good series ahead whenever they get chance. So that would be it for now. For more such news, keep watching Dev Sports. Thanks for watching.